Hey everyone, Ray here from the third floor, and today we're going to go over the top 5 reasons why you should be playing Guild Ball from Steamforged. This is your Friday 5-minute flash. At number 5, we come in with one of the primary concepts of Guild Ball, which is small crews, unique teams, low barrier of entry. What I mean by that is that when you buy a team, you get all the models you need to start playing and usually can play fairly competitively at that stage. It comes with 5 to 6 models, I believe it's 6 total. You get a captain, 4 models, and a mascot. And that's everything you need to field on the table. They've even moved to a new packaging plan where they're including a goalpost, the ball, tokens, trackers, everything you need. So we're literally talking that if you want to play Guild Ball right now, you go in, you buy a box, and you start putting it on the table. At number 4, we have Guild Ball's rule set, which is both simple and complex. What I mean by that is that the rules in general are very straightforward, but the amount of depth and complexity that can be had from the various abilities mixing with those rules is insanely large. But the game somehow is incredibly well balanced despite that. Designed to be a competitive game out the gate, they have focused on tournament style play for all of their rules, and it shows. Everything you do in this game feels good and it feels tight. You're ready to rock, you're ready to roll, and you're ready to score those goals. At number 3, we have one of the few times that you can legitimately say that the mechanics of the game thematically match the theme. That's not something that always happens. A lot of times in a game you run into a problem where you have stats and dice and all that, or maybe cards or what have you, but the theme comes from what you're doing and what you're thinking in your own headcanon. It doesn't necessarily come from the fact that the rules are directly related to that. But Guild Ball has thrown that concept out the window and says everything you do mechanically feels thematically accurate. Whenever you pass a ball, whenever you score a goal, from calling double sixes on scoring a goal a screamer as you get more momentum because, hey, that was a really great, fantastic kick, to things like just the name of the abilities like I think one of the ones for ignoring a wound is called Gluttonous Mass. You're just so big, the first time someone tries to punch you, it doesn't do anything. So these kinds of cool thematics work really well from a mechanical perspective because you don't have to necessarily think hard about what's happening. You just get to see what's happening and it builds its own canon in your head as you're playing. And that's an amazingly cool thing, especially for a game that's got as tight a rule set as this. Coming in at number 2, we have plot cards, which is a really cool aspect of the game that not only gives you additional abilities throughout the game as you play, but they're actively used to determine initiative. And what happens is when you play a plot card, the more powerful the effect on your side, the less initiative it gives you. So if you don't really care about going first, but you really want a cool effect, you can do that. But if you really need to go first and you're willing to sacrifice a bit of power from that, then you can do that too. The cool thing is it's from a singular deck that you're sharing with your opponent, and it's just kind of shuffled and dealt out cards, and then you got to keep a certain number of them. So there's just another tactical layer there that, combined with the normal mechanics for momentum, which can increase your initiative as well, based off of how much you have left over from your previous turn, gives you some really cool ideas because you kind of already know how your initiative is going to be for the entire match because you've got the cards in your hand and you know what your team is theoretically can generate. At number 1 is the playbook, and I don't have enough time to talk about all the merits of the playbook right now. It's truly an expansive topic, but what we're going to say is that it is the most unique way to deal damage in combat in a miniatures game currently on the market. Each playbook for every model is completely different, and somehow they're able to capture the thematic concept of each of the models by their playbook. Whether they're a heavy damage dealer that's got a lot of damage tracks and a high top end, or it's a mobility based model that has a lot of abilities that allows it to get in and out of combat while stealing the ball from people, you just have all of these permutations that create a sense of individuality to each model, and that's not even talking about those abilities. So it's just a unique concept that no other game has really been able to successfully duplicate, or maybe even has even attempted to duplicate. But it's definitely one that you should be looking to try Guild Ball specifically for. Alright, and those are your top 5 reasons for why you should be playing Guild Ball by Steamforged. This was your Friday 5-Minute Flash.